had one of my closest friends, because it was our dream to play big leagues together, like go make it to the minor leagues. He could have made it. He ended up dying in a car accident my junior year in high school. T-boned, slid into a tree, T-boned him. Yeah. So it was, I mean, I've been through a lot. I mean, I'm quite sure a lot of people have been through a lot.
Yeah, but your story is, that's incredible. Wow, I mean, caught yourself doing all that shit, you were in a bad place.
So when I first got called up, I was in, where was I? Norfolk, Virginia? Was it Norfolk? I think it was Norfolk. Or...
Yeah, tell me about that.
No, it was in Buffalo. It was in Buffalo when I got called up. When the
skip called you into the office.
I thought I was in trouble.
Right.
I thought I did something bad.
Tell that story.
Like, we just got done playing, and I was going to the to the shower and get dressed, like go to the locker and get dressed and all that. I didn't even sit down. They were like, "Hey, Skip wants you." I'm like, what did I do? Like, you
right.
Start thinking like.
And how old were you?
I was 20, I believe. Yeah, around
Still
there.
a
20,
baby.
21, 22, somewhere around there. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? Like, did I do something that I don't remember?
Right.
Like, what did I do in the dugout? I was keeping a book.
You were making a checklist, what I do wrong.
And it's so crazy because when you go in, they close the door and he's like, sit down. And I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah. I'm about to get in trouble. I'm going to get fined.
I'm going to get fined.
And then he's just like, it's great having you here, but you need to pack your stuff. You just got called up. And it was a good moment, and it was like a sad moment at the same time. Like, I didn't want to leave my team because we were in the championship. They did that to me for 2 years.
Really?
We were in the championship in AA, and then we were in the championship in AAA, and they called me up both times. And our team ended up getting mopped.
Both times?
Yeah, because they called up all the
best
all
players.
The guys. Ryan Doman, Chris Shelton, me, John Van Binscote, and like all of us. And we're like, I was pissed because I wanted to win. I don't care about going to the bid. I was like, man, all this work we put in, and now we got to freaking do this?
Yeah.
No, I want to stay. And I was arguing with the GM too. I was like, I don't want to freaking go up. I want to stay here with my team.
That's great.
But I got called up the one time just for like a weekend, and I was in AA, and it was St. Louis. I was in the bullpen. I was already nervous, man. Like, butterflies. I mean, St. Louis at the time was like one of the best teams with Edmonds, McGuire.
Oh, that place must have been rocking.
Dude, let me tell you what. It was great, but then I was sad because no one was there to support me. No one in my family. So that hurt me like really, really bad. Like, your first day being called up.
Yeah, sorry.
Like, your wife, like, their family, nobody.
Nobody came.
And I was just like frustrated.
Yeah.
But then I got to the dugout, like the bullpen, and I was just sitting there, and I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to enjoy this because this is all my effort and sweat and crying and frustration and like busting my tail, like working,
Yeah.
And I go to the bathroom, come back out, there's no one in the bullpen. Like, what the hell is going on? Because at the time, you can't really see over the thing unless you're sitting on the benches.
On the benches.
Freaking fan tells me, hey, you better get out there. They're in a brawl. I'm like, oh, great.
Stop it.
My first day. And all these guys are like, they're like mountains out there, like McGuire and all these guys. It was crazy because it's all because of Vogelsong and the other pitcher for St. Louis at the time. I don't remember who it was, but they were thrown at each other, and like Ryan hit him, and then he tried to hit Ryan, and then McClendon started yelling at LaRussa, and then oh my gosh, dude, I ran out there and I was like looking at mountains. I was like, what the heck is going on? Are you
kidding me? The first day you got called up.
First day I got called up, someone grabbed me and was like, stay back here, Rook, and I was listening to them.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
those dudes were massive.
Massive.
Jason Kendall, I mean, you had all those guys in there. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Big Mac.
Yeah, dude, I was nervous. I was like, dude, that's my
So you had every emotion go through your head. You were pissed, you were excited, and then you were shitting your pants.
Yep.
Yeah, all of it.
Yep.
And you didn't even get called. You didn't even get called out to the mound.
No, I got called out to the mound the next day.
The next day.
And Mark McGwire and Jim Edmonds hit bombs off of me. I was nervous.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Freaking Kendall comes out there, and I don't throw a sinker, and he's like, I called for a sinker. I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't throw.
That's great.
He's like, well, you're gonna freaking learn today. I was like, I guess. I don't know how to throw it. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
You know?
No kidding. Are you serious?
Yeah, I had no idea how to throw a sinker.
But he was like, you're going to learn how to throw it today?
Yeah. I had no idea how to throw a sinker. I kid you not.
This is great.
Boy, I was nervous. I was shitless. Well, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I just turned around and looked in the outfield. I was like,
oh, God.
What is going on? Why am I getting yelled at? I don't know how to throw this pitch. What is this pitch?
Why am I getting
If I had an iPhone, I'd Google it real quick. How do you hold a sinker, you know? But, nah, man, it was still fun. And then they called me. They sent me down when I was in the hotel. They called me in. I already knew I was going back.
Right.
But it was
20 years old.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah.
You know? And then
what was your best year?
My best year was my first year. My first actually full year in the big leagues,
which was,
and it sucks because 2004.
I was just gonna say 2004.
So it sucks because you would think that I could have been eligible for Rookie of the Year and all that because I almost had 200 strikeouts. I threw over 200 innings. I should have had 15, 16 wins. I had 14 wins, 11 losses, and didn't get mentioned because they called me up for that 1 month before.
Oh, before the season started?
Yeah, before last year.
Yeah.
So I thought your rookie season was a whole season.
Right.
But no.
It's not.
And then my second year, my numbers were better, but my win-loss total was like 9-12 because no run support.
Right.
And, you know, when you have 22 out of 32 quality starts, you would think at least you win 20 games.
Right,
know?
at least.
So, no run support. And it's frustrating.
So back-to-back great years. I mean, the win-losses, I mean, the first year was great. I mean, even, that's incredible. That after that first year, where you're like, all right, man, I'm going to be here for a bit. I got this. Or you just never even, you're just like, I'm just here to work every day.
I honestly, I wanted to win so bad in Pittsburgh. I'm like a lot of the kids now.
Yeah.
But that was me back then. Very outspoken, very emotional person, like chip on my shoulder. Like I'm from the East. Like all these kids are handed stuff and they're like Florida boys, Cali boys, like,
right.
You know, the first rounders, second rounders, y'all got all this money.
Yeah.
You think you're better than everybody. So I had to prove that I was better than you.
That's how I grew up. I always felt that, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off again, but I always felt that same way. Like I always felt like there were so many people that were, as many people that loved me, there were so many people that are like, you're not good enough to play here, you're not good enough. And I always used to be that person too.
Yeah. Be
that guy that would be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play every game. And someone's gonna rip me off of third base because I'm not leaving. And it's not happening. But yeah, that's another reason probably why we're good friends. But yeah, that's interesting.
And the thing about when I was pitching, and I tell kids all the time, when you walk on the field, you're the best. No one can tell you otherwise. When I walked out there, I might have got my teeth kicked in, I might have lost, but I still think I'm better than you.
Right.
You know, my confidence was like really high, even in high school.
Always.
Like, I'm going to beat you.
Yeah.
And if I beat you, I know I'm the best.
Yep.
You know, I faced a lot of the greats. You know, a lot of the greats.
That's incredible.
And to hear some of them say that I wasn't afraid to challenge them with a fastball, you know, like Pujols and David Wright. David Wright said I had one of the nastiest sliders in the game, and that, like, it's on the back of a card, and I keep that card because, man, you know, that he was a nice, genuine guy. They all are.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, so are you, and that's why this is amazing. I got goosebumps. By the way, this is the first time I'm ever hearing these stories from Ian, because he's so humble. He's such a great man. We're blessed to have somebody like this in our lives, because, sometimes the world we live in today brings us to places that people need to be in the spotlight, need to have all this fancy stuff, and that you are one of the most down-to-earth people. I love hanging out with you. It's been an honor, and I'm truly blessed. I think this is awesome. Thank you for doing this. But I want to continue, but I wanted people to hear that, because it's super important. And truly, these are the first time I'm ever hearing these stories. And I've known you for 2.5 years, and I'm hearing these crazy stories about everything. The people talking about that David Wright, and it's just amazing. So you're an inspiration to a lot of young kids out there in the game today. So I really hope that people can listen to this, because it's important that you made it to the big leagues, and you are one of the most humble guys. I mean, that story about throwing oranges off the wall is just incredible. Kids today don't do that.
No.
They don't have to work.
Yeah, they got computers now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how they learn the game. That's how they, exit velocity, spin ratio, all that stuff. I still think old school way of teaching baseball can beat that.
So, going back to getting to the big leagues, which is unbelievable. You have your ups and downs through it. Why don't you tell us, you told us a lot about the highs, but there was a little bit of a low point too, so it kind of made you stop playing baseball, and if you'd like to talk about it, I'd love to hear about it.
Well, what made me stop was, first, I felt like support to be successful. I kind of put everything on my shoulders, and it just kept weighing.
The pressure.
And weighing. And to the point where one time I thought about just taking my life one time, because it was just, back home with drama, stressing me out, asking me a million questions. You can't do this, you can't do that. And then, you're the one making the money, and everybody else is enjoying it except for you, family and your friends, and you can't enjoy it. But everybody wants to tell you what to do.
Right.
And it got to me one day in Pittsburgh, I was in my apartment, and I was just I'm freaking over this.
Wow.
Why does everybody want to just take, but never want to give, and be there for you when you need them?
Yeah.
And it was tough, and
wow.
It's got a whole Sports Illustrated article. I started going to clubs and started drinking, and I started just
partying,
doing stuff I never would do.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't care.
You didn't care.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny. I can relate to that. That's basically what this podcast is about. I can relate to everything you're saying. I kind of, in another sense, not making it for me, I took that to Wall Street, and then I just went crazy. I didn't go to that extreme where I felt like I needed to not be here, but yeah, I know the feeling of the weight on your shoulders, and that's all in my own head. Not that people were doing that to me, it's just me, it was eating me up inside. You actually had people doing that to you, which is, I can imagine. So yeah, the clubs, and it's an escape.
It really was.
That's all
it was. I can be what I want, I can do what I want, no one really
I'll spend as much money as I want, doesn't matter.
Yeah, man. And it just sucks when it's your family, you know what I mean? You wouldn't expect that to happen, but it's the truth. It's the honest truth.
Yeah.
Your family will grab a hold and take. And they will never ask you, they'll ask your significant other, oh, I need this, I need that. And then, when a person starts to get money, they change who they are, they change who they dress, and the car they drive, and how they act, and things like that. And that's what happened with my ex. And you know what? If I did whatever I did, and at that point in time, I didn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not that I didn't love that person or I didn't love my family. It's just one person can take so much when they already went through so much.
Right. To get to your ultimate goal, and then you're there, and then now it feels like the walls are crashing in.
Yeah, it was, and then to attack your character, and they say that you're this person and you're really not that person, and it's just that right there like messed me up mentally. Right. And then you had no outlet because you don't want to ask your teammates. You don't want to talk to your teammates because you don't know them that well.
Yeah.
And like I didn't have anyone to talk to. My best friend was in the Marines. He was fighting whatever in Iraq or wherever he was, and I couldn't really speak to him about anything, because he was gone. And I didn't want to talk to anybody else. Like he knew everything because we known each other since we were 2.
Yeah. So
that's like my brother, and we're still close.
I was gonna say, you still talk to him?
Oh yeah, he comes to visit. He had a little boy. I'm his uncle, and
right. I look forward to meeting him. He seems like he's
good. He's a good.
And he served our country, so thank you for that. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to meet him actually. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Wow, that's pretty intense shit. And it kind of hits home a little bit, and I kind of, I feel that. Like again, not that anybody was forcing me to pulling me like that, but the anger that I had inside of me that caused me to do stupid shit that I just, I look back on it and I'm like, I was so self-destructive. And now I'm in a different place in my life, and that's why we're doing this podcast, and to truly try to help people, because I don't think people realize that there's a lot of that goes on, whether it's family issues or their own personal issues, that they don't have an outlet to talk to somebody, and they lead to opioids, they lead to alcohol, they lead to both. Then all of a sudden you're in heroin, and all of a sudden you're not here. It's just the crazy world that we live in, and there should be more people, like you said, giving and trying to help than trying to pull stuff from people when they finally get to the top.
Yeah, I mean, there's signs too. People show you signs.
Yeah.
If a person's not laughing, and like I'm a joyful person.
Yes,
I
you
laugh,
are.
I joke around. I love people.
Yeah.
And if I'm not acting like that, then people will know something's wrong.
Yeah.
And it's just some people have a hard time opening up to other people.
Yeah. True.
And other people need to realize if the person's not acting that way, don't try to push somebody to do something.
Yeah.
If I come to you and I confide in you, don't go out and tell somebody what I confide in you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people kick you when you're down, and it sucks. And that's just the way people are.
You're right.
And if they don't like you and they don't know you, they want to see your downfall.
It's funny. My pops used to say that more people want to see you fail than they want to see you succeed, which is sad. Which is really sad. So when all that went down, did you just like, that's it, I'm done? Or did you go to the skip and be like, what did you need a timeout? Or like, how did all that kind of play out?
Well, I finished everything, and I finished my season. But once I finished my season, I went home and I was like still stressed out.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants this, everybody wants to grab this. The churches, and everybody's like, oh, can you donate this? Can you do this? And like, I can't tell you the amount of people just took, and you never saw a dime, even when they told you they'll pay you back. So I saw a bunch of like, I try to mix Tylenol pills and like Advil, and because I read where it just fucks your liver up and you can just die and stuff. I swallowed a whole bottle of Tylenol with vodka, just that, like, I was done.
Yeah.
Like,
This is when you were home?
Yeah. I was like, where is everybody at that supposedly supports me? Wow. But when they need something, money or help, you were always there. I'm always there.
I hear you.
So it was like, I mean, my own parents, you know, they did that to me, and it sucks. Like I said, like, family is the worst. But sometimes, and I learned this, family is not always blood. No. You know, you make your own family.
Yeah.
And it's one thing I started to realize after, you know, my past relationship with my son's mom, that I need someone that's gonna support me, good and bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not worry about what I was in the past.
Yep.
And like, you know, we both had that now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's wow. I didn't even, again, I've known him for 2.5 years, never heard any of these stories, because I would never press him for any, even if I read about it, I would never do it, because out of respect for him and his family, I would never ever do that. I mean, that's and it hits home because I relate to all that shit. I do. So wait, did you drank the whole bottle of vodka, Tylenol? Because I you know, took a shit ton of opioids and then still woke up with, you know, I told people this, I woke up with throw up in my throat a few times. Like, I should have died. Like, I should have been dead. I guess my father was looking over me, God rest his soul. But, you know, I wake up and I was almost 300 pounds. I got to the point where I was done playing baseball, and I told my pops, I'm going to eat, drink, and make lots of money. That's what I told him. And I did 1, 2, and 3 pretty damn good. Eating and drinking, I did really, really good. I got up to 300. I actually, you know what? I got to find you know what? I'm going to put a picture up there so we can have it, so people can actually see what I was doing. I was killing myself. I truly was. I was killing myself. I'm going to find that picture right now. But so the bottle of vodka and all the pills, did you have to get your stomach pumped or something?
No, it all came up.
Oh, you just threw it all up?
From both sides.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that God didn't take you, because you need to be here.
Oh, trust me, man. You know what? I tried twice. Yeah. And I kid you not, I tried twice. All right. And the second time, I was in the shower in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And I was in the shower, and my parents were actually coming into town, and I started slicing my wrist, like slicing my body. Like, I was like, wow, so angry, so frustrated.
Did you feel it?
No. That's the thing. I was just bleeding.
You were just so angry.
Yeah. I was messed up, and like I
did any
try to get my face.
Any of your teammates know?
They saw me in the shower the next day, and they asked me, like, dude, what's wrong? I was like, nothing. Like, nothing ever happened. And it's so weird. Like, I literally had slices.
And they just left you alone.
Yeah, left me alone.
You see, that's the hard part. Like, because when you don't have true friends around, like, they're your teammates, and, you know, you're up and down with the big leagues, and, you know, and if you're not there, they're not like your boys. Yeah. Like, you're your teammates, but they're your boys, but not boys.
Yeah. Not like my best friend or my friends in high school that I still talk to, like you, or like our boy Paul and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no one like that you can just openly talk to, because they're like, you guys are there for people.
Absolutely.
You care about people.
I do.
But back then, you know, people really kept to themselves.
True.
You know, and some people might have been jealous because, you know, in Altoona, I dominated AA. I was #1 in every category.
So that was before you went to the big leagues, or you had already been up and then sent back down?
I went up, and this was like right after I got called up.
Right after?
Right after I got called up. It was just stress. And like, I had, what was I, 25, 26, my second or third year in the league. I had a heart attack.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Holy shit, guys. Again, the first time hearing all this, everyone, first time. So.
Yeah, had a heart attack, sat in the hospital for 3 weeks, you know, didn't want to see my family, didn't want to see anybody, because when you're about to, like, die, everybody wants to come around, you know, because they want to see what they can get, you know, and it's just...
Is that why I read a little bit? Is that why you changed your last name to your stepmom's?
No,
that was...
I did that because I was just angry at my parents.
Yeah.
You know, I was young. Didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
And plus, I have no idea where, like, my whole upbringing, I didn't know a lot. My mom kept a lot from me. I didn't meet my real dad until I was 37.
Oh.
So it's like, wow, you know, where that name come from?
Yeah.
So why would I want to keep a name that I have no idea where it came from?
Holy shit, you were 37.
37.
Wow.
Yeah. And I told him, like, dude, I'm not calling you dad.
Yeah.
Like, this relationship that you think is gonna happen, dude, I'm freaking 37 years old.
Where what? I mean, you had played in the big leagues. You were a big leaguer, and he still didn't come around?
Well, he tried to come around when I was in Seattle. He left a note at the front desk of the Mariners, and
This is like a movie.
I said, I don't know this guy. My dad's back in Dover. Like,
Holy shit.
I ripped up the paper. He was actually in the same hotel that I was staying at when I was in Seattle, because when I got traded, it was like right across the street from this field. So I just told him I'll stay here for the rest of the season. And he was actually at the bar downstairs at the hotel and didn't even say a word to me.
But he knew it was you.
He knew it was me. I was eating dinner and having a drink, and then I was going to bed. That's it. It was just one of those things I asked my mom all the time, like, who is this guy? Like, who is he? I want to know who my dad is. Like, I need to know.
Right.
You know, because if I have a child, I need to know, like, what background he has, like,
Right.
like diabetes,
Right, all that stuff.
heart attacks and things like that. And then I talked to my grandfather on his side, on my real dad's side, and he was a pastor. And I started talking to him about a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I just don't want to talk to him. He's like, just give him a chance, you know. No one on this side of the family knew who you were. He kept you hidden. And I was like, why do you keep me hidden?
Yeah, why?
And he was just like, you know, he was going through a lot too, because he was in the military. And
so you had some shit.
yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on in his
PTSD
life.
and
No,
shit.
not even that. It's just like health stuff that he was going through. Something happened to him in the military, and I didn't get the full story, but something bad happened to him.
Yeah.
My grandfather, I was like, okay, I'll talk to him and forgive him or
Did-
whatever.
did you?
Yeah, I forgave him, and we talk now to this day.
That's good.
But the man that raised me is my dad.
Yeah.
You know, he raised me from 2 years old. So.
Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, but funny thing is, I never got to physically meet my grandfather, because the day I was gonna go up there to meet the whole family in Alabama, he ended up passing away. Wow. And they gave me his body.
You had a lot of shit go down, man.
Yeah, man, young age.
Yeah.
Young age.
You're still a baby. Good Lord.
I had one of my closest friends, because it was our dream to play big leagues together, like go make it to the minor leagues. He could have made it. He ended up dying in a car accident my junior year in high school. T-boned, slid into a tree, T-boned him. Yeah. So it was, I mean, I've been through a lot. I mean, I'm quite sure a lot of people have been through a lot.
Yeah. But your story is, that's incredible. Wow. I mean, caught in yourself, doing all that shit, you were in a bad place. Yeah, you were in
a bad place. You know, I did not care. And I had my son too at that time too. It just hurts when your family takes advantage of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And
do you talk to anybody from?
Yeah, I talk to everybody on my side of the family, but her side of the family, I don't talk to them. Like my son's mom, I refuse. They call me, oh, my brother-in-law. I don't. No. Because when everything was going down, you guys, when we got divorced, they were testifying against me that I was doing this and I was doing that, and I'm like, what?
And you did everything for them.
Yeah, like, my ex, my son's mom, was like, "Oh, you never let me do this. You never let me do that." And I'm just like, this is crazy that anybody will believe that. Like, this girl's got Louis Vuitton purses that no one's got, like a $300,000 ring and like a nice house and driving Range Rovers. Like, you're going on trips to Bahamas and you're going here, you're going there, you're doing this, and what am I doing? I'm working. Like,
yeah.
You know?
Just because we're playing a kid's game doesn't mean that you're still not working.
Oh no, you work.
You're working.
You're working, you're stressing out, you're putting your body through a lot. Like,
that's when you need somebody by your side.
Yeah. And like, you don't, the thing is, like, fans don't stress you out.
No.
You know, fans are funny. They're cool. I met so many nice.
I see you with people now and how great you are with little kids and moms and dads that know you that played in the big leagues, and you're nothing but gracious and thankful. And again, like, I can't even imagine that stuff that you were going through. Wow, that's incredible. Wait, hold on. Let me show you that picture. This is.
I remember the picture.
Oh, you do? We got to put it on TV because I promised everybody that. I told people this, and I keep losing it, and I'll get it right back.
You look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson when you were singing in the shower.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one.
And post up Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
that was,
like right next to him.
That was 2016, and that's pretty much present. Yeah, where we are today. That was right after quitting opioids. But, you know, I did that cold turkey. I was taking them for 8 straight years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
And at the end, I was taking 30 milligram oxys, the little blue pills, sometimes 6 to 10 a day, drinking a bottle of vodka. And I thought I was functioning. I was able to be coherent and tell stories and let everybody laugh and do other. But inside, I was just eating me away. And then I would, I'd have big parties and I would do things, and like, because I guess my escape.
Yep, your escape.
So I realized that, like, I don't need any of that shit. Yeah. My circle's very small now.
It has to be.
Yeah.
The bigger the circle, the more problems.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, this has been amazing. I'm like taken aback that thank you so much for sharing all that, because that's incredible stuff. And again, didn't know about any of this. This was not planned. This just happened the way it did. And I just want everybody to know that that's the type of man he is. Not only a Major League Baseball player, he gives back, he's genuine, he's thoughtful, and like what he went through, nobody would know. Truly, nobody would know. And I thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to another episode of Kaizen Kast. Please follow us on our social media pages. Thank you very much. Have a great night.